I was for my sins in the army for 6 long, weary, wasteful years. And the army and I didn't get on well with each other. And I was absolutely miserable. And I was absolutely happy, and that depressed the army greatly. So I would jump off the back of an army truck with an FN rifle in one hand, a briefcase of poems in the other hand, and singing, "It ain't no sin to take off your skin and dance around in your bones." And the sergeant major would go, "Oh, fuck." But he'd use the demotic. I'm not trying to do that. So this is called a corporal's definition of poetry. The perfect summer's day, the sky a postcard blue, hate-distorted voices, faces chanting, "Stick it in his guts!" A lark ascending throws itself against the vault of heaven only to be rejected. "Make it hurt! Twist it about! Kill the fucking bastard!" God has a sixth sense of humour to have been at practice on such a perfect day. The world whirlpools down the plug hole of Corporal Urbal's almighty mouth. He hates me because I, Private Dempsey D, number 835572, am not showing enough hate to kill a sandbag. Sweat trickles down my spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. The sandbag sucks in the blade and won't give it back again. I pull it out and fall upon my derriere. The sandbag bleeds sand, mocks my efforts, which displaces the book I have about my person. "What's this? What's this?" Corporal Horrible bellows. "A book, Corporal. I can bloody well see it's a book." "A poetry book, Corporal. In parentheses by David Jones." In? What's it? Do you think I'm tick or what?" "What, Corporal?" "Don't you want me, Sonny Jim?" His spit peppers my face. "There isn't enough white space around the words for it to be a poem." "That's not an accurate definition of a poem, Corporal." He froths at the mouth, tears it in half, throws it over his shoulder. "Why, you impudent little pup, get that rifle up, up, up!" He runs me around the training ground 3 times and 3 times more. Later I go back and find only half of my book, the only half I haven't already read. A sheep is nibbling it, but like the corporal, it isn't to his taste. Over 40 years go by, and here I am, an ex-army man, finishing the second half of Jones's in parentheses, remembering all too well the hell of running around the training ground 3 times and then 3 times more with my rifle up above my head. Oh, the agony of bearing arms, remembering too never to argue with a corporal's definition of poetry during debate practice. I grew up in the Curry camp, which is the largest camp in Ireland, and this is me when I wasn't in the army, but this is called "Shall We Dance?" Take the skeleton by the hand and we dance. It is a glorious sunny day of childhood. The skeleton just grins and I sing, "I'm all shook up." Yeah. Can tell Mr. Skeleton is well into Elvis. Swings its pelvis, rattles its bones. Go, skeleton, go. My dad yells, "Donall, son, leave the bloody skeleton alone." "Plant you now, dig you later," I jive talk with him. The skeleton comes to a standstill, dangles from a wire out of his skull. I leave my dad's army stores. I always amazed that this skeleton was once a man as alive as me. Years later the army thinks the same, and plastic replaces bones. He's finally buried with full military honours, flag-draped coffin, 3 volley salutes scattering the crows. A future he could never know, become human for the last time. Then the boy I was becomes the man I am, lighting a candle for my former dancing partner. Rest easy, Mr. Bones. I suppose you should never do this, but I've just wrote this today, so I think it's going to be called, I don't know if you're old enough to remember Slim Whitman. And my mother used to love, "When I'm calling you, you will answer too." I'm not going to say that again because that's what the poem is called. I pick up the tin of beans, minus the beans, and yell, "Hello, Hello? Is that you? And you pick up your empty beans can. The twine tightens. From the great distance of no more than 3 feet away, we engaged in a telephone conversation. Despite our never ever seeing one in real life, it being merely a movie thing, a trope. The line has gone slack and we pull it taut again. There's a yellow ladybird on your little toe, I inform you. But by the time you look to see, it has flown away home. So I draw you one, sans colour, stick it between your toes. Have you got it? I yell. Yes, you yell. And so my badly drawn yellow ladybird sans colour becomes a love token. Oh, these be the days of 7 and 9 when anything's possible, if you can only imagine it. Our mother calls us in and the tin can phone falls to the ground. Give us a call later. Will do. And the line goes dead for over 60 years until I write it into words, your voice coming through loud and clear. I love you.